Marshall. Senator, I have to ask, do you think any of these folks will actually testify? And if so, what can we expect from this investigation?
Yeah, Joey, if you don't mind, let me just take a moment and pause here on Memorial Weekend and remember all of our Gold Star families. If there's anybody out there listening, let them know that we're thinking about them. To Joe Biden's situation here, I do have confidence in Ron Johnson. I have confidence in Jamie Comer that they can bring more people forward. I think of President Biden's doctor right now. The last chapter, the latest chapter, I should say, is covering up Joe Biden's illness, this prostate cancer, which had to be around minimally for 2 years and most likely 4 to 5 years for it to metastasize to the bones. But at the end of the day, I think all of us Americans are knowing that this is an insult. They didn't think we understood. They didn't think we knew what was going on, but we did. And I'm especially concerned about the people that he pardoned. And he was pardoning these folks even though they hadn't been convicted of a crime. It just doesn't add up.
So on that note, do you think special counsel should now be appointed to investigate some of this?
I think it's a great idea. I think that we can get Ron Johnson is the subcommittee chairman over in the Senate who would investigate this. Again, Jamie Comer over on the House. I think they can launch it, but then I'd be perfectly fine with some type of a special counsel. And why not go down both roads, all three roads at the same time?
Senator Biden wasn't just struggling behind closed doors. Obviously, as we know, his decline was obvious for everyone to see. We do want to remind viewers how tragic his condition has been. Take a watch.
Vladimir Putin been weakened by recent events? It's hard to tell, but he's clearly losing the war in Iraq. God save the Queen, man.
Senator, it's Alicia Cunha here. We watch this, and as Americans are watching all of this unfold, and we're learning so much from this book. And as you said, Congress may take action here. How should Americans balance some of this that is truly tragic and difficult to watch, but also knowing how much Americans weren't shown and were blocked from over the past 4 years?
I think Americans should stay focused on the national security implication of this. Is there any wonder that Putin invaded Afghanistan? Is there any doubt why President Xi was unafraid to cheat us when it comes to trade and steal intellectual property and send fentanyl here that's killing hundreds of Americans every day? So I think that this should be taken very seriously. At the same time, we can't let this be our own focus. We got lots of things in front of us as well. There are select committees that can work on this, but I think Americans deserve to have the whole story here. And I really think over the next several weeks, you're going to see the Democrats form a circular firing squad. And really, for the most part, we can just stay out of the way and let them shoot.
It's going to make for an interesting few weeks, Senator Marshall. Speaking of, let me ask you about the big, beautiful bill. As a lot of people know, it could frankly hit a number of roadblocks as it makes its way to the Senate after finally winding its way through the House. In fact, there seems to be a great deal of concern over Medicare reforms, the debt ceiling, clean energy, the SALT cap, even the sale of government-owned spectrum bands. So the question is, do you think it'll make its way through the Senate without a ton of changes, or do you suspect it'll have to make its way back to the House?
Well, first of all, we're not touching Medicare. Certainly, there's an opportunity to strengthen Medicaid. But look, big congratulations to Speaker Mike Johnson and to President Trump. President Trump has been the greatest political closer since Mario Rivera played for the Yankees. So remember, we still got President Trump in the wings. But going forward, I think the big issue that the House has not addressed is the national debt. That's the biggest challenge this nation faces, is this 36 going on $37 trillion national debt. Yep. I think President Trump has a good plan. Number one, he wants to stimulate the economy. Number two is let's basically freeze the spending. And then as the economy is growing, we can start decreasing the spending. So I think the job of the Senate is to try to increase the cuts in spending. Look, the House cut about $1.5 trillion, a great start. I really think the Senate can easily get to $2 trillion in cuts, and that's over a 10-year window.
Senator, you recently blocked a Democrat-backed bill preventing President Trump from accepting the Boeing 747 from Qatar, which Democrats are having a meltdown over. Watch.
Yesterday, he brought home a $400 million jumbo jet from the monarch dictator of Qatar, a flying constitutional violation packed with threats of espionage and surveillance.
Clearly, an attempt to buy influence, a gold-plated plane from a country that we've never been able to really trust.
This gift screams national security risk. It is bribery in broad daylight.
Senator, can you explain to Americans why you think it's so important that you block this bill?
Yeah, so, the Democrats have such little minds. The first point is the Qataris are giving this plane to the American people, not to President Trump. Second of all, it's important for President Trump's safety and security. Think about this plane, 40 years old, technology 40 years old. It'd be like giving you a flip phone and asking you to go out and compete against people that have a smartphone. Yeah. But here's the really important point that nobody is really getting. Let's just say that the value of this plane is $400 million. $400 million. Meanwhile, we have access to an Air Force base in Qatar, Al Qadid, and it's worth $8 billion a year. So since 9/11, Americans have used that Air Force base to operate all of the challenges, our war on terror, for lack of a better word. And that Air Force base is so much more than just an Air Force base. And we really can't go into that on this show. But they've been giving us this access to this Air Force base for years now. So the value of this jet to America pales in comparison to the value of access to this Air Force base. And that would be true for many other countries where we have access.
Senator Marshall, thank you for joining us, taking the time this Saturday evening, and thank you for your service in our United States Senate, and good luck in all your endeavors. We'll be here to discuss it.
Go K-State Wildcats.
There we go. EMA. There we go. That's great. EMA.
Thank you, Senator.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.